VinController.eu. Check vehicle history for every used car in Europe. Good day to you. What's up? Knop at the phone. Greetings. We have a small problem. We're somewhere close by, but the navigation seems to lead us somewhere completely off. Oh. Well, this time it led us to some sort of car park in front of a building materials shop. That's not it, right? Well, that's not it. But you're not too far. If you come back to the main road, you should be able to see a yellow silo. Welcome back. A few minutes have passed, and we're at another one of our partners who are helping us build our Beetle. Today we're at hydrografica.sk. In the last episode, we've taken some pieces from the interior of the Beetle, as well as some plastics from the engine bay. And all this in an effort to give it some nicer design. Because our interior looks like a typical 20-year-old VW. So, my first question is going to be, what exactly is hydrographics? Well, hydrographics is a form of surface treatment. In simpler terms, we're making plastic nice again. We can do it by applying a pattern, which stays firmly on top of the plastic. So if you want your 20-year-old Beetle to look nice, you're at the right place. Just from the name hydrographics, I'm guessing it has something to do with water. Yes, indeed. We're using a water surface to lay the graphic on top of a material. We take a special foil that has the pattern printed on top of it. It gets laid on top of the water surface, where part of the foil dissolves. Then we take the part and push it through the remaining foil. This way, the pattern gets bound to the part. Wait, that means I can choose any pattern I can think of? Do you have some designs ready? And can I send you a custom one? Well, we mostly work with ready foils. But of course, we can create a custom pattern. That's usually when we need to print a series of objects. But we can definitely print and create our own design or pattern. But I'm hoping that very soon, we'll be able to receive a finished design from our customer, then print it out in a timely manner, and apply it to their surface of choice. Whether it be just your favorite photos, or completely custom designs. So, right now you've mentioned a timely manner. What does that mean? Let's say a customer brings their parts in. Can they expect to have them finished and ready within a week, so that they can install it in their car? Well, I'd say in most cases, if it's not a huge project, something let's say up to 10 parts, then we're definitely able to print it out and finish it. Okay, and when it comes to materials, which materials can I apply hydrographics to? Essentially all materials are good to go, whether it be wood, steel, plastic, composite materials like laminate, carbon fiber parts, basically anything, as long as we can prepare the parts for the procedure. So we need to prepare them. And what does this preparation consist of? I'm guessing you clean them. We're using basically the same procedures as a body shop. First we have to degrease the parts, then we have to slightly roughen them up with sandpaper, then we have to apply some paint filler to uneven surfaces, which is really important if the parts are damaged in any way. So first we prepare the surface, then we apply the primer, and after that some base coat, which is usually metallic. And after that we apply a hydrographic pattern. And after that the part gets sprayed down with clear coat, whether it be gloss or matte. So there's basically unlimited options. I can literally modify my car into any design I can think of. That's right. And what's the lifespan of a surface finish like this? Some people told me, since it's just foil, it has no chance of surviving a pressure wash. Well, we get this question a lot. If you watch the millions of YouTube videos about hydrographics, you can usually only see the dive of the part. So people think that's all it is. But as I've mentioned, there's a whole process of preparation. We're using the same paint materials as professional body shops, two-stage paints and all, so the lifespan of a part like this is identical to that of a painted part. Have you encountered any customers that want some special modifications? For example, like when I called you, I'm tuning a Beetle. You must have said to yourself, oh my god, a Beetle? But I guess you know what I mean. So you're also able to do custom jobs like this. Of course, we have many, let's say, creative customers. So of course, we can add some special lines to the hydrographics, or some more complex multicolored patterns. No matter what idea you come in with, we can do it. So right now, we're standing in front of a tub where all the hydrographics gets applied. So, what are the size constraints for the parts? Before we dip them, let's say I brought a rear bumper from an Audi. It's rather large and curved. Are you able to dip those as well? Yeah, sure. This bath that you're seeing right here has a work surface of 150 by 100 centimeters. But we also have a bigger tub with a work surface of 120 by 300. So we can definitely dip a bumper that big in one go. But for some parts, it's much better to dip them twice or 3 times to achieve a perfect surface. All that so the pattern doesn't get stretched. We can definitely divide the bumper into 2 to 3 jobs. We just have to find some lines where we cut the graphics off. That's great, so we can basically dip any part that goes on a normal car. And I'm guessing the same goes for motorcycles. Yes, of course, even motorcycle parts and helmets. As long as we can take it off and dip it, we can do it. That's an ordinary foil. It looks like a plastic shopping bag. But this one partially dissolves in water. This is polyvinyl alcohol, or PVA. It's 35 microns thick, so it's really thin, but the pattern surface is maybe only 5 microns thick, which is incredibly minimal. The rest washes off with water. And what we're left with is just a pattern. You can't even feel the edge of the layer. So we can cover this with clear coat and the pattern won't be felt through it. Yeah, of course. Come to think of how thick the paint usually is on the cars, this is absolutely nothing. So here we have a sample that's not yet been painted over. So the part actually looks matte, like this. But logically, an untreated part like this is really easy to scratch or damage. It has no protection. That's why we recommend every hydro-dipped part to be coated in a high-quality clear coat. Whether it be gloss or matte clear coat, it guarantees the longevity of the part. I'm guessing it doesn't matter which side you lay on the water. Well, it definitely does matter. The face and back of the foil are very different. I'll give you a hopefully simple demonstration. Let's say we have an empty foil, then a pattern gets painted on top of it. And we want to transfer the pattern to an object. So we lay the foil on the water surface, the foil then dissolves, and we're left with the pattern on top of the surface. Then we use a slight solvent to dissolve the pattern, and then we're ready to dip the part through the pattern. Alright, I get it. So that means every pattern needs to be mirrored, because what's initially on the bottom is on the top now. So the foil gets dissolved, and we only transfer the pattern. Yes, and after that we wash the part off, and we're left with a colored pattern. But this is nothing like a sticker. The paint actually gets bound to the surface. You can't just peel it off, only chemically or with a sandpaper. And the materials are really varied. There's an incredible amount of types of plastic. Some are used in motherboards or your car's interior. But all plastics get greasy over time, so we have to degrease them. You'll definitely have a lot of work on our plastics after 20 years. I can guarantee that. Alright. So, here's our first part. This one's going to look nice. This is apparently for some unnamed tuning company. So, we cut the foil, leaving some margins for safety. Then we use this painter's tape as a sort of weight, since the foil tends to curl up and distort on the water surface. Once the tape gets wet, it should hold it nicely. Oh, I can see it starting to dissolve immediately. Yeah, and it leaves some sort of gel surface. That's why it holds together. Can I get some gloves? It usually doesn't matter which way it goes in. But we usually get the best results by leaving the part at a 30-degree angle. And then you just slowly dip it. Okay, so I don't pull it towards myself, just straight down. Now don't worry, once you put it under the surface, it's going to feel like the foil is squeezing you. All you need is a steady hand and just pull it down. So now's the time for the solvent. Oh, and right here you can see the pattern is printed mirrored. That's what makes it readable after dipping. We blow it up with air in case there's dust. Alright then, let's see how badly I messed this up. It looks perfect. Oh my god, what? I guess I'm just talented. Okay, so what's next? We have to put it in the washing tub. Right here. Just throw it in there. Don't worry about it. Great.
Super.
We usually blow the water off with air. That's beautiful. That's your creation. Thank you so much for explaining hydro dipping. I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to receive the parts finished. Can't wait how great they look on the can. We'll see you in the next one.